it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today I'm super excited to share with you that I have the new Cricut Explore, and I am going to be setting it up today. I'm going to be showing you exactly what you need to do when you get it home. You've got your box and you're like, what do I do? So we're going to go through exactly that and set it all up and get ready for cutting and drawing and scoring and all of that stuff. So what I've got here is obviously the box with the Cricut Explore and everything that comes with that, which I will go through with you in a moment. I purchased an extra mat. I've got the score tool, and I also purchased the Wi-Fi Bluetooth adapter because it will be a different part of my room to the computer, so it won't be able to be connected via the lead, so it'd be a lot easier for me to have the actual connector. And then lastly, I got a couple of packs of the pens just so that I could be able to use that feature as well. So I'm going to unpack everything that comes in the box. I'm going to put these bits to one side on the top, and then I'm going to unpack everything that's in the box and show you exactly what you get in the box, and then we're going to start putting it all together and connecting and all of that stuff. Okay, so the first thing is that you get on the top of your box, you get this sort of plastic thing that's got some booklets in. So I thought I'd show you how it comes because it's kind of cute. And so you've got your guide of how to get started, and then you've got a pack with project materials. So we'll not go through those particularly right now. I want to get to the interesting bits. And then we've got some plugs and things in here. We've got a mat, which is great. It's got a little bit bent in there, but it's fine. And then the most fun part, we've got the machine, and I was rather pleasantly surprised to find it came in this lovely bag. So if you did want to take it to crops and such like, it's not that heavy really to lift, and you would be able to easily take it with you, and it's a really nice sturdy bag. So the machine I'm going to pop up next to the computer for the setting up purposes. I'm going to put it next to my computer because I will do the wireless device once we've connected it with the lead on it, because I think that's better to make sure it's working itself correctly, and then we'll worry about whether the wireless is to be working. But isn't it absolutely gorgeous? So let me pop it up so you can see it a little bit better, and then we can get started. Okay, so there it is. Doesn't it look absolutely gorgeous? I think it's so pretty. I really like the look of it, and I love the green. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually have it up on a riser, so it's actually above my little Cricut Mini. My Mini's just down here. Now this is normally where I have my silhouette, so I've just moved my silhouette out the way for the moment because, as I said, I'm going to connect it via the leads to start with, and then we'll worry about the Wi-Fi in due course. So what we're going to do first of all is I'll just show you this, what's in here. It says start here, so I thought that seems as good a place as any. So what you get in there is a what's in the box leaflet. So it just explains everything that's in the box and what it's for, and then a little diagram about what all the different things are on the machine. Then you get the tips and tricks leaflet, and then you get your warranty. So as far as I can see, there's no how to set it up leaflet, which seems strange, but I guess it's kind of literally what they say. Well, we'll see. Let me show you, because when we press this open, look at the motion of it. Isn't it beautiful? How it just opens up. It's like a really expensive car, isn't it? And it says here, plug in, connect and go. So I figure that's kind of what we're going to do. So the first thing is I'm going to peel that off. And let's hold the machine because it's moving around. There we go. And then I just wanted to show you, we've got this here, so we're just going to carefully pull that out of there. And what you've got here, this is where you put your pen, and that's where your blade is. I'm assuming the blade is in there from the looks of it. And here at the front here is a toolbox, and it actually shows you, there's a little leaflet in there to show you exactly what these are for. So that's for your tools. I might actually put my spare pens in there because I have this that I had already, a Cricut tool case, so I shall leave my stuff in that. And obviously you've got the holder up here for the pens and stuff that you're using. This is where you put your cartridges. I think that's just when you're linking cartridges, because you can't cut directly, you have to always go through the software. And then here is where they're saying you put your spare blade housing and your actual blades. So if you had a deep cut blade or something like that, or you just had a spare one, you could make use of that. This is your dial for your settings for your different cuts, and it's a smart dial, so it's basically anything from really, really light down here to really, really heavy round here. And it kind of gives you an idea of what those would be, from paper right down to poster board. But you also have a custom setting as well, so that's kind of useful. Then you've obviously got your pause, load mat, and I don't know what that one is at the moment. I'll have to look at the little leaflet. Go, obviously. So you've got all those different things. So that's kind of what we've got. So now what we need to do is put our wires in place. So we need to actually connect our plugs and things. So we've got this box here that came with it, and it's got a pen in it, and then it's got your USB lead, and USB, and then your power lead. So I'm going to connect the power up. So I'm just going to connect the plug end in, and then I'll come and we'll connect the power into the Explore. Okay, so I've connected the power to the wall, as it were, plugged it in, and I've just spun the Explore around so that we can see the back here nice and easily. And here we have our power socket and the socket that connects our USB lead to the computer. So we're going to plug in our power socket, and then I'm going to at the same time get my USB lead and plug that in as well while we're here. So it's just this square end that we want. So you've got that end, and you've got the flat end, and you want to do the square end, obviously, you know, square hole, and just plug that in. Okay, now I'm going to spin that back. Okay, so let's just check first of all, before we connect the USB to the computer, let's just check that the power is working. So I'm just going to open it up, and then I'm going to press the power switch just here, and making sure that it actually works. And then if something doesn't work, you know what it is. If I'd have plugged the USB in and the power and something didn't work, it'd be like, well, what was that caused the problem? Okay, so that's clearly nicely working. So now we're going to connect the USB lead to the computer. So it's this, the only bit that's left now, the only part that isn't connected, but it's this little flat end. Okay, so I've just about to connect the USB lead to from the Cricut Explore to my computer. However, just before we do that, what I have done is I have gone into Cricut and I have downloaded Cricut Explore. Well, I don't think you actually download it. It downloads part of it. It still has to be worked through the internet, but it does have to put like a connection to your computer of some description. I'm not technically savvy enough to understand. However, what I have done in the past is I have actually done a video on that part. So if you go to my corresponding blog post to this video, I will link that video in, so you'll be able to see how to do that. If you already have a Cricut Craft Room account, or if you're even just logged on to Cricut, you can use that to log into Cricut Explore. Now the advantage is obviously if you have Cricut Craft Room, it will automatically, once you log in, recognise that it's you and go, oh, you have these cartridges, and it will make those cartridges immediately available to your Cricut design space. So you won't have to do any linking or anything like that. They will be there, which is really cool. Okay, so I've plugged the USB into the computer. So now it says go to, on the little sticky label, it says go to this cricut.com/setup. So let's do that and see, and then it says and follow the instructions. So it's just checking that I'm happy for it to do that, and I am. And let's do that, and then we're going to log in. Okay, so it says here, welcome, we'll help you set it up. So let's click continue. So it's saying connect to your Cricut Explore, software's up to date, it's now time to connect. If you haven't already plugged your machine's power cord in, we've done that. Next, power on the machine, we've done that. Then connect your machine to the computer with the USB, done that. Click detect machine. Once machine has been detected, click continue. So detect machine is the next step for us. So it's saying firmware update. Make sure your Cricut Explore is connected to your computer via the USB and powered on. If you're having trouble establishing a connection, disconnect and try again. Update. Click on the update button to update your Cricut Explore. Do not disconnect the machine before the update is complete. Your machine will automatically power off once the update is finished. So what it sounds like here is the Cricut Explore has got an update to the actual machine, and the computer via Cricut will update it. So let's update the firmware. Pairing. So it's doing the update now. It's prepared the machine, it's prepared the firmware ready to go across, and it's doing the update now. Once that's done, it will switch the Explore off, and presumably it will re-switch it back on again. So it's complete. It's saying you can switch the machine back on. So we'll do that now. So we'll just switch that back on. And I'm assuming that we click done then, because that's all finished, I think. Okay, so then we click continue. And it says register and redeem. Enjoy free access for 2 weeks. So please enjoy free access to over 25,200 fonts for 2 weeks. No credit cards, no commitments, blah, blah, blah. So basically, it's giving you a freebie for 2 weeks to the all the images. So as if you had subscribed. Click continue. Now you're all set up, you can get started with your first project. Just watch the videos to learn more, or click continue to start creating. So I don't think we're going to worry about doing the video. Let's just give it a go. So we've got our thank you card. Make your first project for free. Now that you're all set up, let's start making things. Start with this thank you card and use your machine's cut and write features at the same time. Okay, so let's click make it now. Now all the materials that you need for this card are in your starter pack of cardstock, and there's all sorts of bits, and there's a black piece of card in there. It's quite thin actually, but there's a black piece and there's a little jade piece, and that's the 2 pieces that you need. Well, I would call it aqua really, but they've called it jade I think on the information. So all you need to do first of all is obviously get all that up on your screen, but then we need to go to our Explore and put the paper on our mat. Okay, so we've got our paper loaded onto the mat, and the little light is flashing because it knows that we've got a project ready and pending. So you're going to just clip it under these little notches here, sort of the paper guides here, and then butt it up against your little bar, these little rollers at the back, and then click the load paper button here that's flashing. And then we're going to just put our pen into the Cricut. So how they were explaining it on there is that B is for blade, because you've got A and B. So B for blade and A for accessory. So basically your blade only ever goes in this one, and anything else that you're going to use goes in that one. So just unclip it and then take the lid off your pen, lift this up a little and pop that in till the little arrow disappears, and then lock it in position, and you're ready to go. So then we're going to go here and we're just going to follow the instructions on the screen. So just make sure that's set, which it is, and then all we need to do is click go on the machine. So I was assuming that it would be a click a go on the computer, but it's actually just this one here. So click the go, and off it does go. Wow. Seriously impressed with that. Okay, now we're going to do the cutting, I guess. And obviously this is just our first cut, but what we'll do is I will be doing obviously more projects with this. As I learn things, I'll do videos on what I've learned and show you how I've progressed and what I've been learning, because I really haven't even really looked at the design space or how it works. So I'm just going to gradually make my way through things and just share that as we go along and share any projects. But one of the things that I've already been asked to do is like a comparison to see how this cuts compared to, say, the silhouette, etc. So we'll definitely do a video on that once I've just got sorted a little bit more comfortable about how to use it and everything. But it certainly looks like it's cutting beautifully right now, and it seems very quiet really compared. Okay, so that's complete. Okay, so all we've done now is just click finish, and it's closing the current project and it's just telling you how to assemble it, etc. But we'll click finish, and then it's giving you some information about how to get inspired from our library of projects, different videos, etc. So you've got the information there as well if you want. So anyway, we're just going to pull this off the mat. Let's do it the way they recommend, which is like so. And I think that's to stop it curving. And then we'll just, as you saw, that came off beautifully. Then we're just going to fold that in half. It's a very thin cardstock, to be honest. It wouldn't be what I would use to make an actual card from, but not to worry. And then we've got this piece of aqua card to slot in, and then you just take that and you're going to find the right way up, if it has the right way up, and then just slot it in the little slots that have been cut. And then in theory from the front it should look amazing, which it does. Look at that. Wow. Doesn't that look fabulous? I think I want to do that again, but on some decent cardstock, to be honest. I think that looks so nice, really effective. I was like, oh, it's really out of the cuts, really far away, but it's actually what it was meant to be looking like. It looks really cool. So that is the setup of the actual Explore, but now we need to add in the setting up with the Wi-Fi. So that will be my next step. So okay, so I've got the instructions here, so let's go over to the machine and start working our way through them. Okay, so you need to make sure that you keep this instruction leaflet, because when you compare this Bluetooth adapter with up to 4 devices, so if 8 devices even, so if you do get more devices, such as when the app becomes available here in the UK, I'd want to pair it with my iPad, then you need to make sure you've got the code and stuff, I would imagine. So you just need to take this little cap off here that's just protecting the little adapter bit there, the chip, and then I've turned it round to the side here so that you can see where the little bit is that you need to pop it into. So let me just see if I can lift this for you to see. Just on the end there's that little port there, and it just pops open, and you want to put this so that it's Cricut way up, so that bit's underneath. So we're just going to pop that in like that, and if you wait you'll see as we push it in that lights up, so we know it's connected. Okay, so I'm just going to twist this back around. And then the next thing that you need to do, it says pair the device with your machine. So you need to go to the computer to do that. So I'm going to go off to the computer now and get that sorted. Okay, so we need to go to the Bluetooth setup page and make sure that the machine and the PC are connected. So it says then follow the instructions that are on that page. So let's have a look what we have to do. So let's see what it says about pairing. Oh, that's what we've done already. And then we want to pair it with a Mac. In my case, you might be PC, so you click on whichever is relevant to you. So we want to go to System Preferences and look for the Bluetooth option. So that's that one. Open our Bluetooth window. Let's move that over. And then select Cricut hardware from the list of devices. There it is, it's popped up. So we're going to click pair. And wait and see what happens. And it says it's connected, so it looks like it's as easy as that. It does tell you what to do if there's a problem. And I just thought it's a simple way of testing the USB, but the Wi-Fi, but it will also check whether, on both the pen and the cutting, whether it was, I don't see why it should see one but not the other, but anyway, I thought it was worth trying. And it certainly seems to be doing this beautifully. Okay, I'll show you when this is all done. Okay, so it's just doing the circle, and I have to say that was a pretty perfect looking circle, and now we need to eject it. So let's just pull that off the mat and show you. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that amazing? It's just drawn that. I know, it's like, wow. But I did that, I put that in that, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm pretty impressed with myself. And then I'm just going to put a pretty cat on like that somewhere, however we do him, wherever he's going to stand. And then we're going to pop that on the front of a card or something. But for now, I think we can safely say that the Wi-Fi is working. Okay, so I've moved the Explore over into the position that it's going to be when I'm working with it. So because you'd want to do that, because otherwise you're calibrating it, then you're going to move it and you might do what you've managed to achieve. So I've put it in the position, so now we're going to do the calibration. Okay, so now we're on the computer part, so we need to go into the bit that says your name, make sure you're logged on, and then click on that, and you'll see where it says calibration down here. This is also where you can link your cartridges, do your firmware updates, etc. Although it should, when you connect your machine and go into the computer here, it should tell you that it needs an update, but if it doesn't, you can double check. So we're going to go on to calibration. So here we go. Print calibration, make sure your print's picture perfect. It prints picture. Print calibration is a series of simple cuts, questions and answers. When properly calibrated, the machine will cut exactly along the edge of your printed image. Each machine is a little different, so you may need to repeat a few steps in order to get your calibration perfect. Okay, so continue. Make sure you have white paper loaded in your printer and it's connected to your computer. Then click continue and follow the steps on the next screen. Okay, so what size paper is this going to be, I wonder? Because obviously we're A4 and that looks like that might be 8.5 by 11. But anyway, let's see. It should fit anyway. So click continue. So it's saying paper size A4, so that's good. Let's just click OK. OK. I'm just going to click on this because I don't want that one. There we go. And off it goes. So it's printed that out. And then, so load your mat. I'm going to do that, and you can see that it's got the little light flashing. And then it's moving on to the next stage. I've set it to paper, so we're going to click go, the little Cricut, and off it goes. So now it's asking for a report, and it's saying, does the cut line stay inside the printed line all the way around? So we have to say yes or no. And we're looking at the inside square here, and yes it does. Click continue to perform the calibration cuts. And then it's asking us here, once those cuts are completed, to look at the lines, and from the top select the number where the cut is centered on the printed line, and do the same for the letters on the right hand side. So this is really what we did with our Imagine. So it was 6 for me and the letter I, and then continue. And then we've got the next step. It says you may pull the test cut from the mat, and does the cut line stay inside the printed line all the way around? So let's just go and grab that. So unload the mat and then pull this off and see whether we've got a nice because it's got little slits all on these bits. I'm just making sure I'm pulling it off cleanly, and yeah, it does, it's all on the inside, so that's good. So let's go and mark that off as done, as yes. Yes, click continue, and we're good to go. So save and close, and we'll be able to be printing and cutting with great accuracy, I guess. Okay, so that's our calibration done. So that is our Cricut Explore completely set up, and we're ready to go and make projects and print and cut and anything else we want to do once we know how to do it. Okay, so thanks for watching this and being part of my setup of my lovely new Cricut Explore. I hope it's been useful, and I'd love to know if any of you have got a brand new Cricut Explore, and if you've had it a while, what you think of it. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.